A wonderful good morning to the beautiful listeners of Badeggi Radio 90.1 FM. Reaching live from the uphill in the capital city of the power state, Mina, United States. Today is Monday, the 29th day in the month of June, year 2026. Studio time check is 6 minutes past the hour of 9. I am Usman Apaya, your presenter on your favorite morning show, the Badeggi Radio Link. Welcome you on board. On the program today, we shall be having a conversation on the deregistration of the NDC, plus crises in other political parties, and of course, vis-a-vis the future of Nigeria's 2027 general election. Will there be 2027 general election? Will these parties, engulf on legal issues and other crises, leaving the incumbent party with no issue? The party system narrative, many you may say. The one-party system that has been on the front burner, but it has been, actually refuted and condemned by the ruling party. Now, the fate of Nigerian 2027 general election will depend less on the fortunes of one political party and more on how the courts, the Electoral Commission, the political parties and voters respond over the coming months. The recent court decision affecting the NDC, along with disputes within other opposition parties, have undoubtedly introduced uncertainty, but they do not necessarily determine the outcome of the election. The NDC have already filed an appeal and maintains that it remains legally entitled to continue its preparations pending the conclusion of the judicial proceedings. Now, some of the likely scenarios you might witness if this stands. If the court upholds the decision, some of the opposition politicians may defect to other registered parties who build new alliances before the general election. And if the appeal succeeds, the NDC will regain legal certainty and participate fully in the 2027 general election that is knocking on the other side of the door. Again, if the opposition parties remain divided, the ruling party could benefit from the fragmented opposition votes. More so, if the opposition groups unite despite the legal challenges, the election could still be highly competitive. Now, this begs for the following question. Are the current legal battles strengthening the rules of law, or are they rather weakening political competition? Can Nigerians have a truly competitive election if major opposition parties remain entangled in court cases? Will this development encourage political realignment before the 2027 general election? What role could the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) play in maintaining public confidence? How can the judiciary ensure that election-related cases are resolved fairly and promptly? These are some of the questions that are begging for answers by Nigerians. Now, this is going to be the conversation for today. Deregistration of NDC, crisis in other political parties in the country, then what is the future of Nigerian 2027 general election? Now, it's going to be a conversation that we're going to have with you today, but just before then, permit me to call one of the political leaders or one of the opposition leaders in Niger State to have his own opinion before we throw it back at you, so that we have a general conversation on the topic we have for you this bright and promising Monday morning. Like I said, it's about the deregistration of the NDC as a political party, and of course the crisis that other opposition parties are facing in the country. Virtually all the opposition parties who are having what it takes to tread tentacles with the APC are in crisis. Will this lead us to a political victory come 2027? Yes, I think I have my resource person standing by. Hello, good morning, sir. Hello, good morning. Yes, I think we lost that call. Let's Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. You are live on Badeggi Radio 90.1 FM Mina.
What can I do for you, Apaya?
Yes, just introduce yourself first, then we move on to the next thing, sir.
My name is Dr. Daladi Umar Abdul Hamid Tambarin Kagara.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Now, we are looking at the recent political brouhaha in the country where the NDC was being deregistered by a court sitting in Lokoja. And we're looking at the future of Nigerians' election, the 2027 general election, whether with the party like NDC, which happened to be one of the credible opposition party in Nigeria, not be in the ballot. What do you think, is going to be the future, and what did you make of this deregistration of the NDC in Nigeria by a court?
The future of what?
What did you make of the deregistration of the NDC, Nigerian Democratic Congress, that was being deregistered by a court sitting in Lokoja? How do you look at this situation and, of course, the future of Nigerian 2027 general election? Would there be election? Would NDC not be in the ballot? How would the election look like? We seem to be having network glitches there. Believing that we're going to have his own opinion.
It's unfortunate. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that many Nigerians, including government, do not even understand what democracy is all about. Democracy is said to be government of the people, by the people, for the people. So it's not government of one party, for one person, or for one government. No, it's government for all. It is participatory. Therefore, any attempt by either the government or the ruling party to deregister other parties because they don't want opposition, believe me, it's truncation of the principles of democracy. Because democracy is only sweet when people participate, when many parties come to play, when many people put hands on deck to do it. Otherwise, there will be no genuineness, there will be no joy, and there is not even palatable. Therefore, I am of the opinion that the ruling party and the government will allow other parties to participate. Apaya, this is a case that has been handled maybe two and a half years ago, now revisiting it. My understanding is as if the government does not want other parties to participate. To me, this looks like a move to only obtain one-party system in Nigeria, which, believe me, will not be sweet. Nigerians would not love it. So the future is a little bit bleak because if you don't allow people freedom of choice, freedom of participation, I don't think democracy will be palatable. It will not be sweet anymore. So Apaya, I am only calling on people to understand God will make a leader when he desires. No matter what you do, no matter what tricks you are bringing, God is almighty, right? And we should have the belief in God. Whenever God says be, it will be. So registering any political party, not even NDC, not even ADC, any party, whether the party is strong, the party is weak, we should be allowed to participate. That is when democracy answers its name. To my understanding, this leads to truncation of principles of democracy, principles of participation, principles of freedom, and so many other things. So I'm sure many Nigerians will not be happy, including some of them in government who knows what democracy is all about. Apaya, without opposition, APC wouldn't have been in government today. It was PDP before. When the time came, they campaigned, they brought credible candidates. And today, APC is the ruling party. Nobody believed that PDP was going to lose. PDP had over 28 governors. But today, none. I can maybe one or two. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
So what I'm saying here is they should allow for free participation. They should allow for smooth democracy. They should allow everybody to display his own choice of candidates, choice of party, because the registration, believe me, to my understanding, it will not, many people will not be happy about it. So I am begging the power that be to please allow the strong, the weak, the young, the old political parties to participate. That is when we now say, because we are using multi-party system. If government wanted to do one-party system from the beginning, it would have said, look, it's going to be one-party system. There's a country that practices one-party system in the world, but ours is multi-party system. So it should be going do in that way unless and until they are changing the rules and the regulations of Nigerian democracy.
Okay, many have accused the Tinubu's-led government of, causing fracas and balkanizing the opposition party. But there is no any credible evidence on ground to show that, yes, this, unwarranted fracas or litigation was masterminded by the president. But the argument another people are advancing is that the president can speak so that the judiciary will do the right thing. What did you make of this?
There is no smoke without fire. When you see allegations, when you see rumor mongering, go down, watch it, investigate very well. There could be element of truth. It might not be correct, but there could be little element of it. And my understanding is we have three tiers of government, or three arms of government. We have the judiciary, we have the executive, we have the legislature. Everyone should exercise their own fundamental authority so that Nigeria will be a better place for us. The judiciary should be allowed to do its job independently. That is the only way Nigerians will have their chest, will be their chance to say, yes, what we are practicing is democracy. But as it is today, if Nigerians or the bulk of the electorate are suspecting the president, suspecting the government, they should come out to speak. Let them debunk it. If it is not debunked, it has come to stand. But if it is debunked and people are convinced it is, so be it. So I don't think silence is the best way in democracy. Democracy is all about explanation. Democracy is all about elucidation. Democracy is all about expatiation. Democracy is about conviction. And then people will understand. So if a leader is keeping quiet, it means the allegations are upheld. But when you explain, of course, people will understand. And from there, explanation will continue, and that will bring about political education. It will bring about electoral understanding, and everybody will be happy with the situation.
Okay, the NDC have come to say that they are not perturbed about the recent development. Hence, they will go ahead with their, processes and, of course, party activities and preparation towards the 2027 election. But court case have come out, which is actually trying to put them down. Even though courts in Nigeria are on layers, we have the federal courts, high courts, we have the appeal court and the Supreme Court. Do you have confidence that since the federal court have actually, called for the deregistration of the NDC, do you have the confidence that going forward, going through the other layers of the court, the NDC will have its way and be on the ballot come 2027?
You will never say it is over until it is completely over. Why not? Look, the rule agrees, the rule allows. If you are not comfortable, if you are not convinced with the jurisdiction, the judgment path, you go forward. I am sure NDC will not fall its hand because there are credible leaders in NDC, there are credible leaders in ADC, There are credible leaders in APC. So everywhere you have credibility and you have people who know democracy, you have people who know law. It's a matter of it's a matter of law. Therefore, I am confident that NDC will not keep quiet. I'm confident that NDC will continue to fight it. This case, you are joking. It might get to even Supreme Court because I know nobody will just come out after a big struggle within a period of time. This party has come to stay, right? ADC was asked, continue. NDC came up, and many people, look, do you know that there are some people now leaving APC for NDC, and there are people leaving ADC for APC? It is allowed. Therefore, I think the party will continue to fight. The party will continue to show that they also know their right. It's a matter of knowing right now. It's a matter of dream. People cannot just live and join the party without a dream. They have a dream, and they are Nigerians. So they have their own rights also to fight. And the only fight they do is to make an appeal. Judiciary should have fear of God. When they are coming to pass judgment, they should know Allah's judgment is the most supreme. And when you do it wrongly, God will not be happy with you. So the whole ball is now in the court of the judiciary to prove to us they are independent, to prove to us they are educated, and they are always say they are learned. So it is at this point we will know how learned the judicial actors are. So, Apaya, go and write it down. NDC will not keep quiet. NDC will continue to fight until, of course, they fight for their rights. I'm particularly not happy, not because I have passion for NDC, but because I have passion for democracy. I have passion for participation. I have passion for freedom. I have passion for Nigerians to display their rights as other nations do. We cannot just come and truncate. This is not the dream of our founding fathers. I always tell you people, the founding fathers, Sir Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sir Obafemi Awolowo, Sir Dona of Sokoto, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Malam Aminu Kano, and a host of them. Believe me, this is not the kind of democracy they play. And if they had done this, by now democracy would have gone long ago. So I am appealing to the Democrats. I'm appealing to those people in the field of democracy to please make it strong so that the generation yet unborn will also come to enjoy the good work they have done, but not truncation of people's rights, not truncation and not denial of people's all interest. So I want to assure you, the judiciary is there. Let me have confidence in them that they will do justice, and when they do justice, justice should be given, and whoever is the winner should be given the winner. Today, APC is the party. Today, APC is ruling. Tomorrow, it could be another party. Maybe not even NDC. Maybe not even ADC. Another party could come. It's a matter of time. And power belongs to God. He gives it to whom he desires. That's my belief.
All right, finally, today in Nigeria, two political parties stand the better chance or have the formidable force to trade tentacles with the APC come 2027 general election. Talking about the NDC and the ADC. Both are having serious litigation in court, calling for their, removal from the ballot completely. Those are the case. In the event that they trade tentacles to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, in its magnanimity, decided to, be pragmatic in what they have set in falling on one mandate. They've decided to be pragmatic and say, okay, we have said that we're going to fall on the president's mandate. On your mandate, we fall, and eventually, ADC and NDC were removed from the ballots. How do you see the 2027 election result going to be? Hello, are you there?
Well, sorry, I lost part of it because maybe a call is coming in.
Okay, what I'm saying in essence, let me reframe the question.
Yeah.
If the APC, ADC, and NDC, which have the political war chest,
formidable force,
yes, to face the APC come 2027 election, slug it out to the Supreme Court and they lose at the Supreme Court, what do you think is going to be, the outcome or the nature of a 2027 general election, particularly the presidential election?
Yeah, like I told you, we expect the judiciary to be a fair umpire. It's supposed to be the referee of the political game. So if for any reason they are partial, Nigerians will not be happy and they will not forgive them. So I'm only craving, I'm only praying, and I'm only appealing to the judiciary.
Hello.
It with the fear of God. That's my own submission on this.
But finally, before I let you go,
yes,
while you are craving the indulgence of the judiciary to have fear of God and be patriotic, how do you place their position of falling on present mandate? Because they say, on your mandate, we shall fall.
On their mandate, they shall fall.
On the mandate of the president, they have sung it in the court. The judiciary have sung that song in the court, that on your mandate we shall fall. And you are now rushing to the judiciary to seek redress, hoping that they should be impartial and make sure that you remain on the ballot. But in the event that they decide to be pragmatic in their statement, falling on one mandate, what do you think is going to be the nature of the election? One party going to election, and how would the election look like?
No, then if that happens, then Nigeria will no longer play democracy. We play autocracy, because it becomes autocracy. Because if it is only one voice talking, it's no longer democracy. Democracy is voices of the people, by the people, and for the people. But if it is one voice, the name has automatically changed. And that's what we don't pray in Nigeria. I still crave the indulgence of the...
Hello.
Because Mr. President is in charge of the executive and he is the father for all. So as a father for all, I am praying, I am appealing to Mr. President and the judiciary to consider Nigerians as also bona fide beneficiaries of good governance, democracy in Nigeria. Because if one-sided, many people would be disenchanted, many people would not be happy, and democracy will go to the drain. And I believe the likes of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the like of General Abdulsalami Abubakar, that forfeited their position, forfeited their seat for the purpose of democracy, they will not be happy. They are still alive, and I'm sure they are watching. So I want Nigerians to please thank these gentlemen, thank these military juggernautes for relinquishing their dream, leaving the position, leaving the seat for democracy. So if we as Democrats come to spoil it, it is too bad. So I'm calling on Mr. President to be a father for all. I'm calling on the judiciary to be free and fair umpire for Nigeria. So help us God.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Alade Omar Abdulhamid Temba Nkagara, for your time.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, that has been the voice of Tamba Nkagara, where he gave his own opinion on the conversation that we have this bright and promising Monday morning. Yes, it's about the deregistration of the NDC, that is the Nigerian Democratic Congress, where a judge is sitting in a federal high court judge sitting in Lokoja, Kogi State, have an order for deregistration of the NDC. We're looking at again the crisis on the other side, which is the crisis other opposition parties are facing vis-a-vis the future of Nigerians 2027 election. Is there going to be general election come 2027 as opposition parties, the major opposition parties, are immersed in serious trouble that is now, making them their fate to be on the balance. 0913-857-9001 is the number to call, and let's hear your own opinion. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Usman Afar.
Good morning, Comrade Ahmed.
Comrade Ahmed coming from Mina.
Yes.
Somebody said it all. You see, the ruling party has succeeded in destroying ADC. They are now coming back also destroy the NDC, looking at the major opposition parties that are going to face them in 2027 election. All what we are seeing is one-party system. If one-party system is going to go to the polls, let's see if it's going to happen. Because democracy has returned to the government of the few, by the few, and for the few. And just the way you said it, even if you went back to government, it has been defined by Abraham Lincoln that it is a participation of a majority. As much as participation of majority is not there, there is nothing like democracy, neither election.
But Comrade Ahmed, how do you defend the fact, your assertion that the ruling party, is the one destroying other opposition party? How do you defend that?
How would the ruling party? Definitely, the ruling party. In fact, I have three factors. One, if they have succeeded in giving Nigerians all the dividends of democracy, they should allow the Nigerians to be determined by the polls. But as much as they are frustrating these people through the courts, that means they are telling us they are not going to allow the opposition party, rather Nigerians are tired with this APC. Because they have succeeded not giving us the dividends of democracy. There is no light, the road infrastructures are not there, the poverty is at alarming rates, and so on and so forth. Then secondly again, because of the underperformance of this particular administration, we have seen it from Nigerians, from the body language that Nigerians are not going to elect them, neither let them. Look at what happened during the so-called primary election. They impose candidates. So they think by doing that, Nigerians will also do the same thing by destroying these opposition parties so that at the end of the day, they will take the day. But all what we are saying is that they should be careful. They should not invite anarchy, and even the judiciary should be very careful in terms of interpretation of judgment. But NDC should also make their decision immediately to go to the Supreme Court, where they will have their verdict by God's grace at the end of the day. By God's grace, NDC is going to be in the poll, and they are going to be registered again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Ahmed, for that contribution. 0913-8579001 is number to call and join the conversation. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Manapara.
Good morning, sir.
This is Mr. Sunday coming from Mina.
Mr. Sunday, you are welcome to the program.
What the APC party is doing is uncalled for. What would I say to if it is the way that PDP, if the PDP do such a thing to them, would they can be able to succeed in being the ruling party today? So they should rethink and not try to make Nigeria, to be in another dimension. For people for Nigeria to have a peace, let them allow other parties, to be well registered. Before NDC have been in existence now. Why should they come now? Because a credible candidate is in that particular party. It's not what is supposed to be happening. Let them stand on their own. If they do well, come 2027, people will vote for them. If they didn't do well, people also, will decide. They should not be troubling other party, try to keep them aside, try to use courts to intimidate them. It's not what Nigeria needs to do. They try to cage Nigeria for no reason. But we Nigeria are supposed to stand to speak. Our fathers are supposed to stand to speak. Them being APC, they are the ones that that said all manner of things to PDP. Then they are the ones that stands to come out to do what is it called to come out to do a kind of riot,
protest.
Remind me what they used to call it.
Protest.
A kind of violent
protest. Protest.
Protest, thank you. They are the one that come out to do protest. They are the one that called Goodluck Jonathan, bandits, call him Boko Haram, all manner. But they still allow them to have their way. They should not, oppress other parties. They should give them time. Since they have been existent, all these things to say the other party have the same name with this one. It's not what they're supposed to be doing. If they do well, they will vote for them. If they didn't do well, they will know what to do. They should allow Nigerians to have peace, because if they should try to make APC to be only ruling party in Nigeria, come 2027, people will not vote, and the youth will come out. Whatever that's going to happen, youth will come out to stand with it. They should know what to do. Allow party and court should not be a product that anybody, that government will come and back. Let them stand as a court. Let them stand as a decision maker.
All right. Thank you very much for that lengthy one. 091385790001 is not to call. We are. The conversation today is on deregistration of the NDC crisis in other opposition parties. What is the future of Nigeria? Let's join the conversation and, of course, find a way out. Hello. Hello. 091385790001 is number to call and join the conversation. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sometimes if I call, my name is Dalla Rishidaba. Sometimes if I call, why I like to speak Hausa, people that are surrounding me, they don't hear English. That is why, because I'm in the village sometimes.
Okay, go ahead and speak the language that people understand.
APC, they have majority of the governor, majority senators, majority house of rep. Why are they state? Me yasa suke jin tsoro ba su so aje pool aje zabe. Mutum ya ce yana da kyau. Zan yi tantama da abin da nake so in tekara ba. Yanzu ne kuna ana so aje zabe, ana so aje zabe, amma kuna neman da za ku tauye wasu mutane, ku danne wasu party, kar su fito su kara da ku. That means kenan kuna da kashi a gindin ku kenan, kuna da kashi a gindin ku, kun tabbata cewa ba za a yi ku ba kenan. So kuma Nigeria ba zai taba yiwuwa ce one party system ba zai taba yiwu ba. Abbas su zama wani post will never happen in Nigeria. Kuma abin da nake so in tambaye ka kuma Usman Faya saboda Allah da Annabi su baban gida ba su gani abubuwan gade, su a General Salam ba su gani abubuwan gade, su a General su Ali Guso ba su gani abubuwan gade, su dan Juma Tiwa idan Juma ba su gani abubuwan gade. Su suna ji ba a suwaji ya gagare su ne, APC ya gagare su ne, ba su yi magana ba su yi conduct abun ga a samu zaman lafiya a Nigeria. What is the essence of them? Me zaman su me ma abin maka zaman su a Nigeria. They are the father of the Nigeria yau. In Nigeria ya gyaru su ne za a yi kuka da su, za a yi musu, za a yi ba su. In Nigeria ya lalace da su za a yi kuka fa, su sani haka fa. Maganan da rike dinga wallahi tallahi abun yana so ya gambe kai karshen bango, turi ya kai karshen bango saboda talakawa wallahi tallahi ya this time around wallahi they will never mind anything, ba za su ji so ba. In sa tura sojoji miliyan wallahi tallahi talakawa wallahi za su we are going to facing them. Ba abin da zai faru sai Allah this time 2027 amma su tabbatar cewa sun bari opposition party sun je pool magana na kenan that's my contribution.
Thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. 091385790001 is the number to call and join the conversation. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Mr. Fire, well done.
Thank you, sir.
In addendum to my brother, the Tambarin Kagara, you know, there was a question you asked him in the event that the Supreme Court gives judgment. You see, the opposition has options, not options. There is the third option, there is the fourth option, and there is the fifth option.
Yes.
Whatever the APC government thinks they can do, the opposition are quite ahead. And we pray for the success of the opposition. I'm calling on all people, all Nigerians, to please come out. It is the best. Nobody should disenfranchise us. We should come out and vote. The first election of the president and the National Assembly, we must all vote them out for us to have peace. May God save this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that wonderful. I think before there is this, a post I see from some legal practitioners who came with their own opinion regarding this issue, particularly the deregistration of the NDC. I have this one from Barrister. Yes, I have this one from Barrister Larry Edomanya. He says, appeal or perish. How 2026 Electoral Act makes Justice Deshain's court a trap for NDC. He said, in Nigeria electoral law, delay is defeat. And for NDC, Justice Issa Deshain's court in Lokoja is now its lowest road to 16 January 2026. Here is why returning there is a trap, and why Electoral Act 2026 leave NDC with one real options: appeal or perish. The trap of functions officials. Justice Jeshen gave judgment in the NDC versus Peace Movement Party case. Then, 6 months and 16 days later, he overruled himself. Same fact, same law, different outcomes. The Supreme Court has a name for that. Muhammad versus Husseini, 1998, 14th NWLR PT 584 says a court becomes functions officials after final judgment. Its job is done. It cannot reopen the file except to correct a typo. Jeshen didn't correct a typo. He reversed substance. That makes his second ruling void. Olawu versus Abolore, 1993, 5 NWLR PT 293 seals it. A trial court cannot sit on appeal over itself. Going back to ask him to fix his own error is asking fire to put himself out. Again, in 2026 Electoral Act, change the calendar. Section 28 Electoral Act 2026 cut INEC's notice period to 300 days. INEC has already set the dates. Presidential and National Assembly polls hold 16 January 2026. Governorship and State Assembly follow on 6 February 2026. Section 29 drops the hammer. Parties must submit candidate lists 90 days before the poll. That is 18th October 2026 for the presidential race. Miss it and INEC prints ballots without you. Dingiai versus INEC 2011. Yes, that's another judgment coming here. Says those timelines are sacrosanct. No judge can extend them. Apparently, here is the bias test. Okay, this is the bias test you cannot pass. Yes, there are a lot of references he has brought, but let's just jump and of course bring you one very say. However, NDC's maths is brutal. You have 14 days to appeal under section 285 subsection 11 Constitution. Trial court have 180 days to finish. You have 90 days to INEC's cut off. Spend those 180 days in Lokoja and you blow the 90 days deadline. Arrive at 15th January 2027 with no candidate. Ultimately, the Shin's court is a procedural trap. The Court of Appeal is the only exit. File the appeal, get a stay, ask for accelerated hearing, because after 16 January 2026, your argument becomes history. That's according to Larry Edemanya. Yes, that is his own legal opinion and the best way for the NDC to get out of this quagmire. Let's return to the callers. Hello.
Alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam, Jemaku Musajibu.
Speaking from Bosel Wazir.
Yes.
Usman Apaya, I listened to my second mentor in politics in Niger State.
Yes.
From Kagara. And as Tambo and Kagara, I think I've said a lot. I cannot say I have said it all. But I have said what I want to say. And I have said the right thing. We're at the right time. So what I'm trying to say is this, I'm talking about this NDC issue of 18 in terms of legal issue that happened last week. What I'm trying to say is this, NDC is getting more weight since that day. Because NDC was not known before, it is well known now. So what I'm trying to say is this, Usman Apaya, when you look at the responses from all callers, they're not really happy with Nigerian government. I must say it loud that the government of nowadays, that's today and present, We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And we're hoping for good, for better in Nigeria. So the candidacy we're having in most of the opposition parties, they're very, very ready to see that this government will fight it down completely. But they're looking for a way now to oppose that decision by other opposition parties. Believe me sincerely, wallahi, tallahi, Nigeria, mun kai ga lokacin da ya kamata mu san cewa wannan gwamnati ba gwamnati bane wanda kowa zai tsaya dage mata. Sai mun canza shi yadda kamata da izinin Allah. Mu ba gudu ba ja da baya ko ba NDC a ko other parties da mu koma. In kuma zai tsaya cewa APC ne kada a Nigeria, so believe me sincerely, we are going to fight it to the end of it. People are responding positively against this government. So at least we should try to see that we fight for it. These are right. These are franchise to fight for. Osman Apaya.
Yes.
NDC is stand. I must fight for the right thing.
Thank you very much, Jamaku Musa Juvo. We have another legal opinion. This one is coming from Sadiqa Datsin Adamawa. He is now saying PMP versus NDC and INEC. Yes, after going through the certificate to copy, he has this following opinion. He said that NDC was registered by the court order. I am convinced that if the INEC had registered the party through its normal administrative proceedings, it will not have allowed NDC to use a logo that allegedly belonged to another party. Again, he said avoiding dispute like this over the registration of a new political party is one of the reasons why the coalition chose to join another existing party instead. He said, after reading the case, I realized that the same judge who ordered INEC to register NDC later issued another order last Friday directing the NDC's registration to be set aside. According to my understanding, the judge changed his position for the following reason. One, when he met the initial order on 10th October 2025 directing INEC to register NDC, he was unaware that the Peace Movement Party, PMP, had already claimed ownership of the two-finger logo and have previously submitted it to INEC as a part of its own registration application. Two, NDC did not inform the judge that the two-finger logo had already been claimed by PMP, even though the NDC was aware of it. In other words, NDC failed to disclose a material fact to the court. Although, as a general rule, once a judge has delivered judgment in a case, the proper remedy is an appeal. There are exceptions where the same judge may reopen or set aside the judgment. He said, A, judgment is shown to be a nullity. B, judgment was obtained by fraud. C, there was a suspension of a material fact. D, the judgment was obtained in violation of a constitutional right to a fair hearing. In my view, this case involved A, suppression of a material fact and a violation of constitutional right to a fair hearing. A lot of you said, let's return to the callers. Hello.
Good morning, Usman Apaya.
Good morning, Mr. Bute.
This is Mr. Bute from Jaraima, Wishishu State.
You're welcome to the program.
Usman Apaya, yesterday I listened to one report. I can say against the National Assembly.
Yes.
Where that report forwarded that the least trusted arm of our government overtaking the police.
Yes.
And today I think if there is any report coming from either Africa, whatever, so of these associations, I think it will blacklist the judicial arm of government as the least trusted arm of government. You see, not even during the military. Even during the military, some judges were bold enough to pass judgment, fair judgment. Talkless of democracy now, you see the way judges are passing judgment like so childish. Imagine it happens during the days of Buhari. One high court from Kano will pass the same court of competent jurisdiction will pass the same, a different judgment on the same subject matter. So until the agency come, I begin to ask, is the National Judicial Council watching this? Because This is the same court that allowed the party to be registered. And the same court now vacate the judgment and the registration of this political party. What did he look at? Even how did the judge look at himself? How would the public, or where is he taking our democracy to? You were asking Tambering Kagara of there is assertion that people say the ruling party is the one responsible for destabilization of opposition parties. And you said there is no evidence. But Osman Apaya, you yourself know there is evidence. You've seen the evidence yourself. PDP is not in alliance with the APC. But when the APC government formed, people from PDP are now made ministers. And they are not in alliance with APC. The only time I saw people in alliance with a political party was in the Second Republic, when Shagali appointed Chief Paul Onangu, National Secretary of NPP then, as the Minister for Power and Sea, simply because of the alliance. But no, I know PDP is not in alliance, but see, Barrister Wicked, a minister under APC. So what evidence are you looking for again? We know that no opposition party is upright, except the ruling party. No one is doing the right thing. Now we run to the judicial. Look at how the court is now misjudging things. So we hope and we pray that the Judicial Council sit up to its responsibilities and probably punish the ailing judges. That is it.
Yes.
And for the 2027 election, we always believe in God because Nigeria worship God a lot and believe in Almighty God. So we know that God can still touch even the presidency to do the right thing, to allow the party to breathe, not just to breathe, but emulate former President Goodluck Jonathan by doing the right thing when the right time comes. May God save Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you very much for putting your trust in the divine and, of course, believing that he might do something to touch the heart of the leaders to do the right thing at the right time so that we can continue to have Nigeria and its democracy. Let's take you to the Facebook page. We have this one coming from Bala Benu Echuga. He says, good morning, Mr. Pai, Ibile, and IG. INEC keeps deregistration political parties for unjustifiable reason. I have never seen anything like this in my life. As things are now, we are heading towards a one-party state. If this continues like this, we should be ready to face anarchy from the citizens. I had said and will maintain my stance that the judiciary is the problem of Nigeria. What is the president even scared of? He knows the people are not with him. May Allah see us through. Watching you live from Imani City. Thank you very much. Isa M. Asali said, good morning. All the opposition political parties have problems, but why not being identified for a long time before now? I don't know. Gali Surat says, the opposition parties in Nigeria often appear unserious. Instead of uniting around a common goal and presenting a strong alternative, they allow divisions and personal interests to weaken their collective strength. When political actors prioritize selfish ambition over shared objectives, it becomes difficult to build the kind of united front needed to effectively change the ruling party and advance the interests of the people. Thank you very much for that one. Mohammed Sani Bamina said, good morning, Mr. Apaya. Democracy today has become a game of winner takes it all. And we, the new generation, have lost it to the political godfatherism due to poverty rather than public enlightenment. Political orientation can help to shape to prevent future consequences because ruling government enjoys staying in power by dooming the democratic desperations. Thank you very much. Mohammed Musa said the opposition parties are not ready to do anything serious in Nigeria. That is according to you. Let's take one or two calls and wrap up the program. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Paya.
Yes, Engineer Alassane.
Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Engineer Alassane calling from Mina.
You're welcome to the program.
Paya, we appreciate your wonderful presentation.
Thank you very much.
our father, Tambarin Kagara, have said it all.
Yes.
But I equally want to add something to what he has said. The issue, he used a word that the president is the father of all.
Yes.
But from one indication, I'm not seeing it as he's the father of all. The president, we know, is a Democrat. But frankly speaking, he has not translated that experience into practical. Apaya, why somebody who is a Democrat, you are opportune to become the president? You sit down, you keep quiet, what people will be destabilizing your government. Apaya, look at what the judiciary is doing. Well, long ago, I remember there was an old man that used to say, engineer, ba mudo kotuna, nakuna neko skaregi. And I seem to take that old man that used to say, imagine, at this time, a court now is giving a verdict that a political party should be deregistered. It's very, very unfortunate.
Yes, very unfortunate.
I'm calling on our retired generals. Suna da rai. Yanda suka tsaya suka dadirci aka koma demokradiya, wallahi tallahi, if they don't stand, suka bari kasan ga ya dabalci, wallahi tallahi, they have written their names with black biro. So I'm appealing to Nigerians. Don Allah don Annabi, duk wanga da dori-dori da suke yi wallahi ba zai sa wai cewa wai za mu ce wai za mu je mu kwanta ba. We must stand. Kuma in Allah ya yarda, let me even see. Let me say this thing to the people. This thing as I'm saying is a distraction. Distraction is ke so kawo mutane Najeriya. Me issue din yaran da aka kwashe a Oyo State. Har yanzu an kasa gaya mana ga stand da gwamnati ta tsaya kai. So please, I am appealing to the president. If you want to prove that his name that is a Democrat, wallahi ya zo na ya sake tunani.
Right,
we can't go into one party system in Nigeria. We can't.
Yes, we can. Because Nigeria is a multi-party
system. Says, from top to bottom, wallahi, the equal Allah. Because what they yearn for, masses gave them the vote, but we are not seeing. You don't even need to come out for campaign.
Well, thank you.
They know they have failed Nigerians.
Yes, engineer. I think I know you have a lot to say. Thank you very much. We have to end it here. Well, listeners, this is what we're going to be doing the cuttings for today on this program. But just before we wrap off the program, remember the future of the 2027 general election will ultimately be determined not only by court judgment or political realignment, but also by the credibility of Nigeria's institution, the conduct of political actors, and the choices made by voters. As legal challenges continue, it is important to allow due process to run its course while ensuring that the electoral process remains free, fair, conclusive, and transparent. Only then we shall say we are going to have democracy that we be yearning for. Well, listeners, this is where the curtains fall on this program for today. We sincerely like to thank our listeners for taking your time to listen to this program. As always, you always remain awesome and, of course, very, very important to us. Without you, we wouldn't be here. We appreciate you so much. And from all of us here, I am Usman Apaya. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and goodbye for now.